So just to get started, I did prep and prime my skin. I used, based on my skin type, which is oily combo, I use a water-based cleanser that is oil-free. I use an alcohol-free toner and an oil-free moisturizer. It's a moisturizing gel. See, I noticed that gel is more formulated for oily combo skin. Then you want to prime your skin with a good primer. What I really enjoy using is the Covergirl Pore Minimizing Primer. This one is somewhat new. It's very hydrating to the skin, which is something that you don't get usually with pore minimizing primers. You get more of a silicone type of matte texture. And so this one I really enjoy applying. It does last a good 8 hours. It helps your makeup last longer. Of course, I believe any good primer would do that as well. So what I'm going to use today is the Avon Extra Long Lasting Foundation. This is the bottle. And this one is in shade Nude. I really like using this. It is a good long wear. It lasts at least 8 hours. I actually wore it for a wedding before and I enjoyed it. To apply the foundation, I use a dampened sponge. And you can use any one. This one is from e.l.f. I believe it was $6. And I like it because the sponge is more airy compared to other sponges. It's more like of a denser type of sponge. So I just apply this all over. I do apply foundation first. I don't really know why. It's just that it's a habit. A habit for me. You probably should apply concealer first. And for this foundation, it just gives a natural, very natural matte finish. And this one is just one pump. I might need two. And for this one, it still has your skin peeking through. Okay, so I'm going to let that settle in for a couple minutes. And then next I will apply my concealer, which is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer. It is a great full coverage concealer that lasts all day. And for this one, I will apply with the MicroMini sponge. And try to stick with a yellow base because it has a more brightening effect. So after you let that just settle for a minute, I do try to set it with the Coty Airspun Loose Face Powder, just to kind of lock in where you placed your concealer. And I will use a sponge as well for the powder. And just kind of dab it in there, lock it in. After that, I will apply like blush, bronzer, highlighter, and for the bronzer, I will start with the contour stick, which is the one I'll use is the Wet n Wild dual-ended contour stick, and this one is in medium tan, and just kind of contour the sides of my face, temples, and down the side of my nose. Then I will go in with with a sponge, and I will blend everything together. So after I have that blended, I will go in with bronzer. This one is the L'Oreal True Match Lumi BronzIt. And so it gives you a tad bit shimmer, but I really like this bronzer because it kind of, once you contour, you kind of just set it with bronzer. So you try to go above the line that you just created. For me, when I contour, it's like a guideline of don't go below. Bronzer is probably the most favorite part of my daily routine because you can just keep bronzing, look super tan. Of course, I can't really get away with that because I have a pale body. So next I will use my Wet n Wild Color Icon blush, and this is in shade Mellow Wine. And for this one, it is very pigmented and it lasts a long time. So, like, seriously, one dab and you're good. And you want to apply blush on the apples of your cheeks and blend outwards. And using blush, it gives you a more youthful appearance. Okay, and I'm done with my blush. And just a quick tip, you kind of course, want to keep it just on your cheeks to give you a more youthful appearance. You don't want to apply it anywhere else on your face. You know, you definitely want to keep your look natural and professional. And a little goes a long way with blush. So next, I will apply a little bit of highlighter. And the one I will be using is a Wet n Wild. It's a loose highlighting powder. Setting powder, yes. This one is in shade I'm So Lit. So I just kind of put a little bit on the back of the cap, like this. And use a fan brush. Just kind of dab it in there and tap it off. And I put some at the end of my nose. And my Cupid's bow. And so after I do that, I will work on my eyes. And for me, I will use a Wet n Wild eyeshadow palette, and this is in Nude Awakening. The one I will use is the Transition shade, and I will apply it all over my lids. I will use the Sparkle Pink one right here, just to kind of get in the inner corners of my eyes. And one thing, if you have not used any Wet n Wild palettes, I definitely recommend trying them because they're so rich in pigment and they're very inexpensive. So I'll apply it in the middle and kind of press. So I am back and I did my eyeshadow. The top lid is with the black shadow and then the bottom is the dark espresso brown. And for eyebrows, I will be using a Maybelline Brow Define Femme Fill Duo. Looks like this. And what is pretty cool about it is it's great for on the go. Now, one of them, it's the sponge, and it has powder on one side. And then the other side is a pencil. So, and I will go ahead and apply my brows really quickly, and I'll be right back. I applied my brows. One thing I don't do is I don't set the inner part because I don't really know how, so I just kind of use the sponge to kind of just put shadow on it. What I'll be doing next is applying a soft matte lip cream from NYX. This one is in shade Los Angeles. Very, very pretty color. It's very, just a nude type of color. I'm running out. I don't like that anymore. So once I'm done with just applying my lipstick, what I do last is apply just a tad bit highlighter to my brow bone. And I do that after I apply my brows and finish up with everything. And I will use just the highlighter that I have used, the Wet n Wild one, and just kind of highlight the top. And to end everything, I will set it with a setting spray. It's the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If so, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to me so you can keep watching more. Thank you for watching. Bye!